Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Let's begin with boxing story this evening, and it's a good news because this fight has really stretched for long. It has been on the news for quite a number of years, months, days, weeks, but finally we are heading there that when this fight will actually, the date has been set that we are going to see this fight on our screen, and it will happen in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. But before this fight, both fighters need to win their fight on December 23rd, just a few weeks away from now. That is Joshua versus Wilder fight has been set for March 9th. 2024, and I have Aziko Midiji joining me again on the show this lovely evening. We'll be doing this sports together this evening on Sports Update from Trust TV. Now, Isaac, finally, date has been set, the month, the year, the venue. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, because that is where the big fight is ongoing now, because that is where the money is. Now, March 9th, 2024 has been set aside for this particular fight between our own British-born Nigeria, Anthony Joshua, and against his brother, British Deontay Wilder.
Well, good evening, Mano. Thank you for having me again. This beautiful. For this particular, I've been waiting, and I'm tired of waiting because we have expected fights. Both boxers wanted it. That is the biggest mind down. They actually wanted to prove it again. Actually, personally, I'm even scared for AJ because AJ has been prolific. And Deontay is, seriously wishing to have that. Thank God is set for March. Both of them also have a bout. They have to go with a shot in December. And for AJ, you'll be looking at the title to see if what about Tyson Fury and his own see if he loses that particular one, he's going to fight for the IBF title. Probably if that goes according to plan and that gets him the victory he wants, probably that would be a mission. March is not far a match. So they need to be careful with the kind of bouts they themselves in to know the kind of thing that will happen and the kind of preparation they will have for the big. And as you said, Riyadh has become the home of boxing because of the money.
Yes, Riyadh has become a home of boxing because of the money that is there, and it's a good one. But like I said from the onset, from the beginning of the show, they need to win their respective fight on December 23rd. That is few weeks away from now before this fight can actually come up on March 9th, 2024. So let's see, because both of the fight, though, their fight on December 23rd will still be happening in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh precisely, and both of them will be fighting in different venues before their own bout probably will come up in next year if everything goes by with all the arrangement for that bout to happen March 9th, 2024. All right, let's leave the story of boxing and talk about is a good news for us in Nigeria, and good news, though it has been a good news since on Monday because of our exploit, because of the awards, the CAF awards, where we have Nigerian dominated our award, and the two most prestigious award is being held. Three, I beg your pardon, Chiamaka Nadozie, Sister Toshola, and Victor Osimhen holding the three most prestigious award, and then the national team for Women of the Year in the continent, that is Super Falcons. Now, also, I think that has rubbed off on our referee, and virtually because of how our league has developed last season and to this season, at least we've seen some changes, and we've seen how NFF is actually trying to sanitize the league, the referees body, and that has actually given us this particular achievement right now, where with FIFA, where 30 referees has been penciled down for international duty come next year. Isaac Omidiji, before you react, let's quickly look at the list of referees we have for big soccer, we have for futsal football, and we have assistant referee, and then we have the main referee, that is R1 and R2. Now let's look, these are the approved assistant referee. We have, this is a just name. If I don't call it well, please, I beg your pardon. Is Poir Dutakam Samuel. We have Igodia Celestine. We have Abibatu Yaduni. we have Muhammad Yakubu, we have Umfon Akpan, we have Digobri Tejiri, we have Usman Olaide, Igo Ogenekewe, Tera Beauty, Ahmed Tijani, Agbon's Faith. This one are assistant referee. We have the main referees. We have Bashir Salisu. We have Ogabo Joseph. We have Olufumilayo Alaba. We have Nuruddin Abubakar, Absalam Abiola, Eliaigwe Nekole. We have Akintoye Eunice. We have Egba John. If this name is not there, then I would have questioned FIFA. Madu Patient, this is one of the best referees we have in Nigeria and even in the continent right now. We have Mustafa Muhammad, we have Abdullahi Abubakar. And then let's look at the referee for beach soccer and then the futsal football. If we have that list, we'll bring it straight up on the screen. But Isaac, if you look at it right now, and this is a good news for us, 2024, 30 referees for international duty. 4 of them will be in the big soccer and then the futsal football. I think it's a good news and a welcome development for our football in Nigeria.
Very good. And, we have been looking at this because our referees have been maligned in the international scene, right from CAF, WAFU, to CAF, and to FIFA. I thank God that we now have this number of referees who are doing us proud. 11 centers, 11 assistant referees, 4 for beach soccer and 4 futsal football. And it speaks volume of the disciplinary judgment taken by the Nigerian Referee Association in conjunction with the Nigerian Football Association, as well as the Nigerian Premier Football League. Because if you remember, many referees in the league, this is realized. So when you realize that whatever you do, if you don't put in professionalism, you will be sent, and that will put your career at stake. That will force you to continue to improve, and will continue to do the right thing. With our referees be recognized, you have the African Cup of Nations, a whole African Cup of Nations, without even having one single assistry. That is how bad it has been for Nigeria for years. But let's hope this will be a rejuvenation. Let's hope that this will be another opportunity for reclaim that leadership, and that this will be an opportunity to have more referees in international arena from here.
Yes, let's hope this continues, and a good one for us, 30 of them. And then for the big soccer, as you can see on the screen, we have Ogumuyiwa Jalili, and then Fawole Adeolu, Olajide Olanyika, and Rabiu Ahmed. And then for the futsal soccer, we have Uka Odiugoma, Musa Davu, Umwaego Akpome, and Bello Al-Hassan. These are the 30 referees, 11 center referees, 11 assistant referee, and then we have 4 for the futsal and then the beach soccer, which is a good one. 30 of them at a go. Wow, it's a big one for us, and it shows how our league has developed between last season and now. And this season alone, we've seen almost 10 referees being sanctioned by the Nigerian Referee Association and the NFF for their mishandling of club game, as in league games here in Nigeria. So 4 of them are still on indefinite suspension as we speak right now, until they find them worthy to come back to the league and officiate. And one name I respect so much is Madu Patience. She's a fantastic referee, and if her name is not there, like I said, I would have questioned FIFA for selecting others without not putting Madu Patience on that list. Okay, let's leave the referees and talk another good news for us, where they are talking tough ahead of the AFCON. Victor Osimhen, the CAF Player of the Year, the King of African Football 2023, is talking tough ahead of the AFCON that will start in January in Cote d'Ivoire. He said, "We are ready for the AFCON." And I don't know how ready. He might be ready, but what of the other players in the team, and what of Coach Jose Pizarro? Is he really ready to give us the AFCON title for a record 4th time? But for Victor Osimhen, do you think he said himself and his team, his co-players are ready for the AFCON in 2024?
Emmanuel, you just took the words out of my mouth, because I will have Osimhen is ready, he's not ready. That is just is it this team that we still don't know the pattern of football they play? Is that still don't have character? Is it this team that have leadership? Is it this team where we're experimenting less than 4 weeks to the African Cup? Is this team where also Presido is still looking for who will be the best choice goalkeeper? Was in South Africa to Stanley Wambili, former goalkeeper. He has been everywhere. Is it now he knows a need for a goalkeeper? Is it this team we don't even know who will be your central partnership? Is it this team that we don't know who the wingers? Is it this team where we don't pull out cross-strikers to score that will say we are ready for AFCON? If we get to the quarter-final stage in the African Cup, congratulations to Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Isaac, why are you being so hard on the Super Eagles? I don't understand. Is it that you are not sure there's a mantra out there, let's do it again? Do you think that mantra that is ongoing right now, there's even a song that has been recorded for that, let's do it again? The last time out they came to you, that song was launched, and William Sagan actually talked about that, let's do it again. Do you think they can, like you said, if you look at the Super Eagles, where do you think the major problem is? Is it the coaching crew or the entire team itself, or NFF? Because NFF also need to share in this.
Right from the administrators, thank God they're no longer in glass house, but the administrators of the NFF, to the crew, to the players who don't even know they could the Super Eagles. We have some players who don't take to play for the Super Eagles, because a lot of them are players who are half Nigerian, half European, and because they cannot make it in their other national team, they came back to Nigeria. They don't understand what it means representing Nigeria. That's just the fact. They might be good, but have that spirit of African, have that, not say that spirit of African Nigerian. That is just the fact. We are getting it wrong there. Look at that went to South Africa in 2020, late vacation, and look at the of both home-based and foreign-based players. How many players know how good what it means to play for Nigeria? Apart from Ahmed Musa, who is still in and out, probably William Trosecom is still even there then. How many of these players do we have playing for the Super Eagles of Nigeria? We need to be realistic with ourselves. We the last few games we play, except a miracle, probably they will perform the same way Falcons performed at the World Cup. Remember, prior to the World Cup, give the Falcons a chance, and they did drastically well. So Osimhen might be a player. Osimhen might be willing to score. Osimhen might be willing to prove that his CAF African Best Footballer Award isn't a flip, but for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, I doubt it.
Okay, for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, you doubt. I think one mistake, in my own opinion, we actually made a mistake. The NFF made a mistake by letting Genetra leave the Super Eagles. Because if Genetra is still with this team, I believe by now we must have had a headway. Even our qualifiers, look at what we played against Lesotho and the Warriors of Zimbabwe. It's not a good one at all. And for Jose Pizarro, he needs to change the fortunes of the Super Eagles in just 2 weeks before the AFCON proper will happen in Cote d'Ivoire. The list is not released yet. Let's see the players that he's going to call up to the Super Eagles. Al Hassan, there's a player on the standby list, but let's see whoever he picks. He's the coach. I'm not the coach. Isaac, you are not the coach. But whatever happens in Cote d'Ivoire, we have to hold NFF and Jose Pizarro responsible. All right, let's go straight to Europe. Let's look at some games that happened in the Europa League last night in Europe. We had games that came up in the Europa League last night, and we also have Nigerians doing so well in those games. We have in Group E, we look at the other group in the morning show. Now let's complete the remaining groups in the evening show. We have Lax lost to Toulouse of France 2-1 at home. Union Saint-Gilloise beat Liverpool 2-1, though Liverpool have already qualified. We have in Group F, Panathinaikos 1, Maccabi Haifa of Israel 2-1, and Villarreal beat Rennes 3-2 in that 5-goal thriller. And then in Group G, Roman trashed Sheriff Tiraspol 3-0. Lukaku cannot stop giving his best for Roma. Slava Prague beat Civeti 4-0. And in Group H, we have Bayer Leverkusen. Our own Victor Boniface team beat Molde of Norway 5-1. And then Qarabağ beat Haken 2-1. Haken men and women are still playing. The Haken ladies are playing in the Women's Champions League while the guys are playing the Europa League, the second tier competition, and that is life happens. And that is it. But let's quickly look at the qualified teams. We have other teams. Okay, let's look at the Europa Conference League results in Group A. Lee beat KX Klasvik 3-0 and Slovan Bratislava 2-1. This was the result we took in the morning. We need to look at the other side of the second result of that European Conference League. Now, these are qualified teams. Let's not forget that teams from the Champions League who finish third runners-up, second runners-up in the group will drop to Europa League and probably will complete the qualifiers to join these already 8 qualified teams: Atlanta, Brighton, Leverkusen, Liverpool, Rangers, Slava Prague, Villarreal, and West Ham. Surprisingly, West Ham, who won the Conference League last season and now playing the Europa League, they've made it to the round of 16.
Yes, good one for them. They won last. They've not been doing so well. There's been mixed results for them both in the Premier League and on the continent of Europe, but they too have qualified. That is just a fact, because they got what they needed, the victory, and found their qualification to the next round. Don't forget that as champions of Conference League, automatically for the Europa League. So that is why they are, if they can make it to title in 2 years.
2 European titles. And if West Ham wins the Europa League, that means they'll be playing the Champions League.
Yes, that's the progression.
Okay, for Bayer Leverkusen, they continue their progress. Victor Boniface, Xabi Alonso, and all the foot soldiers in that club continue their dominance in Europe. Still the only team that has not lost any game in Europe this season. Wow. For Xabi Alonso and Victor Boniface, what a record.
Yeah, record. Nobody saw this coming. And it that Alonso has been cooking something with that, and he added some kind of players that will fit into his style. And those players have been delivering. And one of them is our own Victor Boniface. And they are also leading in the Bundesliga. It's not a flip; they are doing everywhere. So for them not to have lost something good or special about that team, if and how far they can win that record.
Okay, let's see how far they can sustain that record. Still the only team in Europe, that is Bayer Leverkusen, not to have lost any game, both in the league, both in European competition, cup competitions in Germany. Wow, fantastic one. Okay, as we speak, more than 46 games, they've not lost any right now. That is still counting. Let's see where that will take them to. They top the German Bundesliga, just 2 points ahead of Bayern Munich in the German Bundesliga. All right, before we go, let's quickly look at some fixtures today in Europe. Games will be coming up in the top 5 European leagues, but let's start with this fixture in the English Premier League, where Nottingham Forest, still missing the services of Taiwo Awoniyi, will be at the stadium to welcome Tottenham Hotspur. Osasuna, that is in La Liga, against Rayo Vallecano. Mönchengladbach, that is Borussia Mönchengladbach, against Werder Bremen in the German Bundesliga. And we have 2 games in the Italian Serie A, in one game in Italian Serie A, Genoa against Juventus, the team that is second on the table in the Italian Serie A. Monaco, Lyon. Well, I don't know this game particularly. I think we should take just count 3 points for Monaco. But sometimes football is funny. At the end of the day, Lyon, the last team who is occupying the 18th position in the French Ligue 1, will be away to Monaco. Isaac, for Lyon, do you think they can just do something different today and get all 3 points against Monaco?
Every weekend, I've been hoping they would do something different. And when I saw this picture, I just laughed again. We did do something different. Now they even play. But it's football. Let's see if they can do something. They've sacked their coach. So let's see whether the new coach will be the right thing done.
Okay, let's see if the new coach will be able to do the right thing and start getting them to win games. All right, Isaac, thanks for joining me on the show this evening. It's a wonderful time having you on the show Sports Update.
Thank you very much and enjoy your weekend.
All right, thank you. And you too. All right, that is on Sports Update from Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi saying thanks for watching.